Are those the eels sitting down yonder?
Hush, Mr. Tate's testifying. In your own words, Mr. Tate.
Well,
Could you say it to the jury, Mr. Tate? Thank you. Who called you?
I was fetched by Mr. Bob Ewell yonder one night.
What night, sir?
The night of November 21st. I was just leaving my office to go home, and then Mr. Bob Ewell came in. He said he'd get to his house real quick because some Negro man had raped his girl.
Did you go?
Certainly, I went as fast as I possibly could.
And what did you find?
Found her lying on the floor in the middle of the front room. She was pretty well beat up, but I heaved her to her feet and she washed her face in a bucket in the corner. Asked her who hurt her, and she said it was Tom Robinson. Asked her who beat her like that, she said it was him. And I asked her if he took advantage of her, she said yes he did. So then I went to the Robinson house, got him, and brought him back. And she identified him as the one. So I booked him, and then that's all there is to it.
Thank you.
Any questions, Atticus?
Yes. Did you call a doctor, Sheriff? Did anybody call a doctor?
No, sir.
Didn't call a doctor?
No, sir.
Why not?
Well, I can't tell you why I didn't. It just wasn't necessary. Something definitely happened, but I don't know. It just didn't occur to me.
But you didn't call a doctor. While you were up there, did anybody send for one, fetch one, carry her to one?
No, sir.
He's answered the question 3 times, Atticus. He didn't call a doctor.
I know, I just wanted to make sure, Judge. Sheriff, you said she was mighty banged up. In what way?
Well,
Just describe her injuries, Heck.
well, she was beaten around the head. There are already bruises coming to her arm, and it looked like it had happened about 30 minutes before.
How do you know?
Sorry, that's what they said. Anyway, she was pretty bruised up when I got there, and she had a black eye
Which
coming.
eye?
Well, let's see.
Can you remember?
Her left.
Wait a minute, Sheriff. Was it her left facing you or her left looking the same way as you?
Oh yes, that'd make it her right. It was her right eye, Mr. Finch. I remember it now. She was mighty banged up on her right eye.
Please repeat what you said.
It was her right eye, I said. She had more bruises. You want to hear about it?
Yes. What other injuries?
Well, let's see. Her arms were bruised, and she showed me her neck. There were definite finger marks right on her butt.
All around her throat and the back of her neck?
Yes, sir, small throat. Anybody could have reached around
Just
with it.
answer the question, yes or no, please, Sheriff.
Robert E. Lee Ewell.
Mr. Robert Ewell. That's my name, Captain. I need the father of May Ewell. Well, if I ain't, I can't do nothing about it. Her mom's dead.
This is the first time you've ever been in court, Mr. Ewell? I don't recall ever seeing you here. Well, let's get something straight. There will be no more audibly obscene speculations on any subject from anybody in this courtroom as long as I'm sitting here. Do you understand? All right, Mr. Gilman.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Ewell, would you tell us in your own words what happened the evening of November 21st, please? Well, the night of November 21st, I was coming in from the woods with a load killing, and just as I got to first fence, I heard Bella screaming like a stuck hog inside the house. What time was it, Miss Ewell? Just before sundown, while I was saying Mariella was screaming, fit to beat Jesus.
Mr. Ewell.
Well, Mariella was raising this holy racket, so I dropped my load and I ran as fast as I could, and I just ran into the fence. And when I got distangled, I run up the window, and I see that black Negro running yonder, running up on Mayella. Mr. Jim, you better take Miss Jean Louise home. You hear me, Mr. Jim? Scout, go home. Gilligan, go home.
You gotta make me first.
I think it's okay if you don't understand it.
I most certainly do. I can understand anything that you can.
Aw, she doesn't understand it. She ain't even know yet. Mr. Finch, no, you are here. This ain't fit for Miss Jean Louise or you boys either. You can't see it this far away either, alright?
Mr. Ewell, did you see the victim having sexual intercourse with your daughter?
Yes, I did. You say you were out the window? Yes, sir. How far is that from the ground? About 3 foot. Did you have a clear view of the room? Yes, sir. How did the room look? Well, it was all slung about like there was a fight. What'd you do when you saw the defendant? Well, I ran around the house to try to get in, but he ran out the front door just ahead of me. I saw who he was, all right. I was too distracted about Briella trying to run after him. I ran into the house and she was lying on the floor squalling. Then what did you do? Well, I run for Tate quick as I could. All I knew who it was, all right. There's dangerous to live around besides the value in my property. Thank you, Mr. Yule.
Just a minute, sir. Can I ask you a couple questions? Mr. Eagle, folks sure were doing a lot of running that night. Let's see. You say you ran into the house, you ran to the window, you ran inside, you ran to Mayella, you ran for Mr. Tate. Did you, during all this running, run for a doctor?
What did I need to? I see what happened.
But there's one thing I don't understand. Weren't you concerned with Mayella's condition?
I most positively was. I seen who done it.
No, I mean her physical condition. Did you not think the nature of her injuries warranted immediate medical attention?
What?
Didn't you think she should have seen a doctor immediately?
I didn't never thought of it. I never called a doctor in my life. If I would have, it cost me $5. Is that all?
Not, Mr. Eagle, you were in the courtroom when Mr. Habitat was on stand, weren't you? You heard everything he said, didn't you?
Yes.
And do you agree with this description of Mayella's injuries?
How's that?
Mr. Tate testified that her right eye was blackened and that she was beaten around the...
Oh yeah, I hold everything Mr. Tate said.
You do? Could you listen to the court report anyway to officially determine?
Which eye? Her left. Oh yes, I make it her right. It was her right eye, Mr. Finch. I remember now. She was mighty banged up on that side of her face. Sheriff, please repeat what you said again.
Do you agree with the sheriff?
I hold with Tate. Her eye was blackened and she was mighty beaten up.
Mr. Eagle, can you read and write?
Objection. I can't see what witnesses letters has to do with the case. Irrelevant. No
And
material.
Judge, if you'll allow the question plus one more, you'll soon see.
All right, let's see, but make sure we see, Atticus.
I'll repeat the question. Can you read and write?
I most positively can.
Write your name and show us.
I most positively will. How do you think I saw my relief checks?
Could you write your name for us?
What's so interesting?
You're left-handed, Mr. Yule.
No, I don't see what's left-handed got to do with anything, do with nothing. I'm a Christ-fearing man. Mr. Atticus Finch is taking advantage of me, tricking lawyers like Atticus Finch take advantage of me all the time with their tricking ways. I told you what happened. I say it again and again if I have to. I looked through the window, then ran the Negro off, and then ran for the sheriff. About your writing with your left hand. Are you ambidextrous, Mr. Yule? I most positively am not. I can use one hand as the other. We've got him!
Hush, Jim. I think you're counting chickens.